Hi all, welcome in next video. Okay, so in this video we are going to learn Oracle constants. Okay, so if you are like watching the videos, so last video we have discussed about like how we are creating the tables and how we are performing with the DDL, DML, DQL commands. So if you have not yet seen, so you can go through that video and you can watch that. So you would be having a basic understanding about like table structures, so table creation, data modification. So all the type of commands I already have explained in my previous video. So in this video we are going to talk about Oracle constants. Okay, so what we are going to learn in this video? Firstly, what is Oracle constant? What are the null and not null constant? What are unique key, primary key, and foreign key constants? Check constants and reference constants. So basically, in a Oracle constants are like used for enforcing some rule while updating or inserting the data into the table. Okay, so as a constant name suggests. So like if we have some data, if we have like 1 lakhs of data, 10,000 of data, 1 crore of data, that we cannot see like individually for each record. Okay, so like if we have a data and if we want like some null data or null name or null ID should not get inserted into the table. Like we will be only accepting the records or we will be only accepting the data which have a valid customer ID, valid customer name. So I'm just giving you the example. Okay, so in that kind of a scenario, we can use the constant. Like if we have a one table, a customer table, and in which we have a customer ID, customer name, and all other customer details. But and we are going to insert the 1 lakhs customer of data into that customer table, and if we want to put some restriction before inserting that data, like what kind of data we want to insert in that table, so that thing we can achieve using the Oracle constant. Okay, so like if we have a customer ID and we want the user, like should we have a customer ID in the record if we are inserting the data, so we can keep that customer ID as in not null. So like in any case, like if the customer does not have any email customer ID, so that data will not get inserted into the database. Okay, so basically what type of constant we are going to discuss here? Not null, null, unique, primary, foreign, check and reference type of constant. Okay, so null. So by default when we are adding a column in a table, so it automatically considered like the column should be a null, a column may contain the null values. Okay, so by default it's a null, columns values are acceptable. Like if the null value is there, so that will be accepted by the table for any column. Okay, and not null. So in a specific case, if we don't want to make that column nullable, or we wanted to make sure like column should have a value for that particular record, so in that case we can make the column not null. So let me show you through the database how we are doing that. Okay, so this is a table. Okay, so this is the okay, so this is the table you can see here. Okay, so in this table you can see we have two columns. Okay, so here you can see the nullable value is there, data default value is there, column ID is there, comment is there. Okay, so you can see that for the test ID the nullable is no. Okay, so it means if you have a difficulty like how this table is created, so you can go on my previous video and see that how I had created that table, and afterwards like I explained how what is test ID name, what are the numbers, what are the data types are present there, and what are the various operations we are performing. Okay, I'll show you by adding one more column here, but before that I'm just explaining null and not null. So like for like if you're going to add a new table, I like right clicking here, adding a new table. So let me show you. Here you can see that the table name, so let me put here the table name, test table 2. Okay, so uh, we can put the test id here, test underscore id. What type we wanted to select, so we selected number. What size, that we can put here like 20 numbers. And here you can see we have a checkbox. Okay, not null and null. So if we wanted to make this not null, like there should be have a some test id for that record, so we can put the constant here not null. So if you see the ddl command here, see the constant is added not null. Okay, and if you removing this, you see there is no not null constant. Okay, so by checking this particular text box, the DDL command is automatically getting created here, and that is considering that not null constant. So this way we can add the not null constant. And whenever we are putting the not null for any column, like test ID is the column here, so that this column would not be considering null value at any cost. Okay, it will, I will not be adding the null value for this, it will be giving the error. Okay, so this was the not null constant. So the table, either we can put this constant by like while we are creating the table, or in other cases like if the table is already created, so we can put the not null, we can alter the table and put the not null constant here against the table. Okay, let's move ahead. Unique key constant. Okay, so like if you have some data in a table, and if you wanted to um, uniquely identify the records for the table, so what you can do, you can use the unique constant. Okay, like if you have a 10 thousands of customer ID records, customer records, and if you thinking like for each customer we are providing some customer ID, or we have a, some ID, something which is uniquely identifying the customer. So for that you can use the unique constant. So what will be happening after that, like if you're using the unique constant, so it this particular constant will make sure for that particular column, like the value for the record should not be repeated. Okay, it will be make sure like all the records should have a unique value. Like if we have a customer table and we have created a customer ID 1, so the for the next time when you are inserting the data into the table, it will make sure like the one customer ID should not be inserted. Okay, so that is the basic important of unique constant. And unique constant also allow the null value, like you can store the null value for the unique constant. Okay, so either you can create the constant at runtime, or you can put the constant by altering the table. Okay, so let me show you for this. I recently added one constant. So this way, alter table, test table, add constant, whatever the constant name you want to give, tst unique, unique and test name, for the which column you want to create the unique constant. Okay, so I have created this constant. Okay, so you can see that table is altered here, and let's go to the table, and we can also verify whether the constant is added properly or not. So we can go to the columns. Okay, let me remove this. Close this. So it's taking a time. So where is our test table? So this is the test table. Let's open it. C constant is here. Okay. So test UNQ I had added. You see the name test UNQ, and this is unique test constant is making sure like the test name that is going to be inserted in this table has a unique value. Okay, test unique, and the primary constant is also there. I also added one check constant. So all that I added for the testing purpose. Okay, so this unique constant is added here, so let's check like whether it is accepting that duplicate value for the test name or not. Okay, so what I'll doing, I have just adding the same data here. I'm putting here putting id is 4. Okay, and the name I'm putting here, just copying this one, or I can write not a n a z o I. Okay, the same like a second one. Okay, so let me insert this. The same you can run through the in script and you will be getting the error. You can see the error here. Unique constant is violated. Okay, like this constant is making sure, this constant is making sure you are not inserting the duplicate records for the test name. Okay. So this was the unique constant, and what is the next? Composite unique constant. So what we can do, like we currently we are creating a unique constant for test name table. Okay, like in our table, if we have a multiple columns here, like currently we have a one test name. So let me add one more column here. Let me edit it. I'm adding one more column here. Test name 2. Test name 2. Okay, where 20, all the things are same. Okay, so you can see test name is 2 is added. Okay, so what we need to do here, like we will adding one more constant, and this is going to be a composite constant. Why it is composite? Because we are going to combine two columns here. We are going to composite two columns here for the single constant. Okay, so in this case what will happen, like whatever the combination is getting created for this and this, that should not be repeated. Like if the test name is Shubham and the test name 2 you can consider it as Sharma, so Shubham Sharma should not be inserted again. Shubham Shukla, Shubham other can be inserted, but Shubham Sharma will not be inserted. So the combination we are creating test name test 2, that will not be inserted. Okay, so test unique 2, I am creating one more constant and showing you altered. Okay, so constant is created for this table. You can also see here. Yeah, test unique constant is created. Okay, which is composite constant. You can see here. So let me add one record with same name. Okay. Test table data. So let me put the data here firstly. No, for this one, 1 2 3. Okay, so this one is done, means data is updated. Amazon 1 2 3 test name 2. So what we will be doing, we will be trying to insert with the test name same test name 2 and with the different test name 2. Okay, So let's add one more record, putting 5, putting Amazon, putting let's add 545. Okay, so if we are entering, so if you see the combination test name and test name 2 is currently different. Okay, I'm giving the test name, I'm comparing with the column number 2. Okay, so the test name is the Amazon and the test name 2 is the 545. So this is test name 2 is different from row 2. Okay, row number 2, like 1 2 3 and 545 are different. So this our composite unique constant is not breaking, but it will not allowing us to add because the Amazon column is already added, and we also have a one more unique constant which is actually giving a test name as a unique identification. Okay, so okay, okay, so it will not be it will not allowing you. So let me try, it will be breaking. Yes, see, unique constant is violated because we already have that constant. Okay, okay, so that's why it's not allowing for adding the two columns. But the purpose of composite constant is to creating a unique constant by combining a two different column. Okay, like first name, last name, and city. If we have a three columns and we wanted those three combination as a unique identification, then we can use the composite unique key. Okay, I hope you understood. In case of doubt, you can like write me, no issue. I will explain or I will give you the reference document. Okay. So primary key. So primary key is also a unique identification. Okay. But why we are using the primary key? Primary key is something like which will be means all the records will be identified only through that key. Right, there could be multiple, like I saw you already, I had created a two different unique constant, but there could be only one primary key inside the table. Okay, like if we have a customer table and if you are creating customer ID as a primary key, then only customer ID is going to be a primary key. You cannot create customer number or customer sequence or something, some other column as a second primary key. There is only one primary key in a single table. You can only create one primary key in a single table, and this is different from a unique key. Like unique key can contain a null values, but primary key is always required and it cannot contain a null value. Okay, it's a kind of unique identification for the record, but like preferred preferred thing you can say, like which can like reference the table. Like if we are giving a customer ID as a primary key, then there should always be present customer ID present in the table, and that customer ID is uniquely identifying the record. Okay, so this primary key is very much important. Most of the time when we are creating the table, so we are keeping the primary key, and whatever the like unique uh, column, whatever the unique identification we wanted to keep, that we are keeping as a primary key, and that is always required for that record. Okay, like you cannot insert a null primary key for any record. Okay, and composite is the same, like if you wanted to create a primary key with two combination of two columns, so that you can also do. Okay, so let me show you. I already have shown you like how you are how we can create the primary key. So like here is the column if we wanted to edit it. So see here the PK is the primary key. So I put the test ID as a primary key. So like if we wanted to put the test number as a primary key, then that will get off. You can see it is, and let me okay this. See, mm, it's a null value, that's why it's giving the error. Let's put here. Where's the null value for test name? I don't think so. There is no null value. So test name has a null value, but test name did not have a null value. Okay, so we putting test name as a primary key. See, the primary key has been removed. Two primary key. Mm, Constraints. See, only one primary key is added. Note second primary key is added. Okay, the second I chosen that one is added. The first one is have been overwritten or overwritten, you can say. Okay. So like at a time we can add only one primary key in a table, and that primary key is going to use as a primary identification of that particular record. Okay. So this way either you can create the primary key at runtime, otherwise you can alter the table. Okay, by using the alter command. Alter is something like if you wanted to update the table, so you can do the alter table, add constant cell primary, whatever the name you want to give for the primary key, and the primary key in this. Okay, so that the primary key gets created for that. And for the composite you can by put the comma column name by comma separated. Okay. Foreign key constant. Okay, so here I can't show you the foreign key. I'm explaining what is the foreign key actually. Foreign key is something like if you have a one table, like if you have a customer detail table, okay, and you have a customer ID, customer name, customer address, customer city, mobile number, and other details also, you have like pin code. And if you have a customer gender, okay, like if you have a customer gender, that's the best example I can say you. So like if you are creating the inserting the records in the table, and if you're using the foreign key, so what will happen, like if you creating a foreign key for gender, okay, and if you already have created one lookup table in which you are keeping the gender details, okay, like if you selecting one is for male, and second you putting two is for female, and three is for other. Okay, so 1 2 3, like customer can only have three genders: male, female, or other. Okay, so you can put the foreign key in the gender column, and you can fetch you can validate those value in your foreign table. Okay, so firstly what will you do, firstly you will create one lookup table in which you will be keeping your gender ID and gender name. Okay, like 1 2 3 is ID, and male, female, and other is the gender name. Okay, and while you inserting the data in the customer table, so in the gender column you will when you will create the reference with that table, you would only be able to insert the 1 2 3. Okay, only 1 2 3, like male, female, or other. Okay, and apart from if someone is trying to put any other things like LVQT or any other things like ABCD, XYZ something, so he would not be able to insert that. He will be facing some errors like foreign key violated. Okay, foreign key violated, it means whatever the data kept in that lookup table, you are not inserting that data. You are going to or trying to insert the data which is not valid for the gender. Okay. Okay, so it's a frequently required data in one table should be validated by comparing it to data with another table. To achieve this kind of data integrity, foreign key constant is used. This type of violation is also known as referential integrity. A foreign key constant always makes a reference to a primary key. Okay, if you define the foreign key constant on delete cascade option, then when any row is deleted from the reference table, the corresponding row will also be deleted from the referencing table. Okay, so cascade on delete cascade matlab means you need not to be worry about the customer data whenever, like, if you have a referential table, if you have a lookup table, you are considering male, female and other, and if you don't want to keep the customer details which have a other gender. Okay, so if you're deleting that other gender from your foreign table, so all the records who are containing the gender as other will get deleted. Okay, so this way, like, key creation is the same, like you can put the name of the key and whatever the column you wanted to create and where is the reference of that table. So here you can see the pod number is in the main table, like you can see the customer gender, okay, referencing to the one lookup table that is containing the gender name or gender details, so both are being compared here. So if the data is not present in the lookup table, the record will not inserted into the table. Okay, so that is important when we are using a lookup kind of thing. Like if we wanted to validate the record values before inserting, so in that case we are using the foreign key. Check constant, basically if we wanted to put any condition on the record, like if we are inserting customer details, so if we wanted to validate the credit customer limit, like how much the limit we can allow the customer to like get inserted in our database, so that we can put here. So what we can do, like we can alter the table, we can add the constant, and if we have some credit limit column, so we can put the value in this way, like credit limit is less than or equal to 1000. Okay, so what will be happening if any customer is not having credit of 1000, that customer will not be inserted into the table. Okay, so firstly, before inserting the record, firstly this constant will get validated. If this constant will get validated properly, means the customer limit is less than or equal to 1000, then only the customer data will get inserted into the table. Okay, reference constant. So this is kind of referential constant. So this is not mostly we are using in our development. The other I told you earlier that are mostly being used in our development, database development. But what are the basic use of this constant? Like if we wanted to reference the column from our table, so we use the ref constant. Like if we have a one column mobile number, okay, and that column we don't want to put, or we don't want to insert using our insert query. We wanted to reference that column from other table. Okay, like we wanted to get those values from other table, so in that case we can like use the reference column. So if any user is selecting the mobile number for that user, and if that mobile number is present into the other table, so that table data will get fetched and will provide the data to the user. Okay, so this can be happen like two ways, either in a reference or either in a object. So in the case of reference, like we don't need to push the data in our table, and in case of object like data from the other table get pushed into the in the customer detail table in the current table. Okay, so basically we use the docs.oracle.com, so you can go through that. We have a multiple um, scenario and multiple means Oracle document is also providing depth knowledge, so you can go through the this particular reference site and you can understand. I will provide this site um, in a description, so you can go through this site and you can try and understand. You can see the examples, you can run this example, and in case of any doubt, in case of any hurdles, you can directly message me, ping me. I will definitely help you out. Okay, so thank you so much. We will be continuing on the next video. Hope you understood. In case of any doubt, please mail me in my email ID. I will reach out to you. Okay, or you can ping me in a telegram. I'm there. I will help you out. Thank you so much for watching.